Hello, everybody. Let me make sure the sound is turned off over here. Okay, good. Hope you are doing well. It is Monday evening, January the 22nd. Um, we are going to get right down to some stamping, but I just wanted to remind everybody that it is still celebration time in Stampin' Up! World. And so if you are a customer and you place an order between January and February and your orders total $100, then you will be invited to our celebration. We've got a good start on that and got quite a few people qualified to come to our event. And if you are a team member, you know what your stuff is. Um, you can promote, you can purchase or sell 150, or you can, that's over the course of the 2 months, of course. And then, or you can get somebody to join your team. So we would love to have a whole bunch of people at our celebration. I'll share the screen and show you that little flyer. Just one second. Thought I had things kind of cleared off, but obviously I didn't. It's been a fun weekend, and I was in here crafting most of the, well, not crafting all of it, but we had an online winter retreat. I helped one of my friends with his event, and I got to present during it as well. Here is the information for the celebration. It is also posted on my page. I'm going to see if I can get the glare off that a little bit better by raising that up. So there's the celebration information. If you want to purchase the starter kit for $99, you can pick $125 worth of product and get this lovely glass mat that is creating such a wonderful glare. Let me see if I can cover that. And it comes with this little chamois that cleans it all off real good. Speaking of, let me just wipe it down real quick before we get started. And it also has a silicone mat that can either go on the side of it, or like I've got it laid off to the side of the glass mat. Show you. Got things sitting on it. I should have had it cleaned off. I'm so sorry. Right now I've got a little Post-it notepad right there. That's the minis. So that gives you an idea of the size of that. These little pockets can hold one of the Stampin' spots, or your tiny, it's an A block, fits in there as well and doesn't wiggle around. This side, I tend to lay my ink pad on it to keep it from clunking on the desk when I am demonstrating. So there's that information. The host code for this week, if you so choose to make a purchase of $30, I will send you the 3 projects we're going to make tonight. None of it will be stamped, but you'll get the paper products. Let me lay something over those glares. And there's that. So you can make your own projects. And here is the rest of the calendar of events for January. We are on the 22nd. So Wednesday, if you want to participate in Kits and Sips Zoom, that's just whatever you want to work on. You get, and I'll provide a Zoom link and you can work on whatever you want to work on. Then Friday, the 26th is card class. The last day to register, I believe, is also Wednesday. That email went out. If you need the link, let me know so you can register. Saturday, hopefully by then, with all this unfortunate weather we've been having, our paper pumpkin kits will have arrived and we can work on them at Panera at 11 a.m. on Saturday morning. That is the Panera on North Peters here in Knoxville, Tennessee. And then our other Zoom live, not Zoom live, YouTube live next Monday. Also, I am working on adding an event for February, and it will be February the 9th, which is Friday night at 7 o'clock. I'm going to call it our Galentine's Kit Class. So if you have a group of ladies that you want to spend some time with and just hang out and make some cards, let me grab them so you can see what they're going to look like. You will get to make one of each of these cards. There's absolutely no stamping. It's just assembling. Aren't those great? I feel blessed to have a wonderful, kind, and amazing friend like you. Thank you for your kindness. Wishing the happiest birthday. So you've got 3 very versatile cards and envelopes, of course, match. There's the front and the back. Oops, get it in the screen. Match all 3 of the cards. So you'll walk away with 3 cards and get to spend a fun evening with your girlfriends at my Valentine or Galentine Kit Class. I will have that information sent out this evening. So if you're interested in that, it needs to be prepaid so that I can get the kits ordered. All right, let's get stamping. Slide this to the top, over to the side. See if I can get it to stay in. I'm going to see if I can get my picture to be a little bit bigger. And then if I put that right there, it hides that. There we go. It puts the glare where I see it and you don't. So I think that's great. We are going to use, not that one. I grabbed it, but that's not the one I want to use. Painted Lavender. And we're going to do some triple time stamping. But first, let me cut some paper. So I have my guillotine cutter over here on the side. You guys know how to cut paper, and I'll chitter chatter while I'm doing that. So let's cut 2 more of these. So we can have 3 that look very similar, but yet different. All right, let's cut the white stuff first because that's what I've got in my hand. 5 1/4 by 4. I'm gonna do 2 of those. Hope that you've had a great week. Let's just lay those there. 2 3/4. 2 1/4. That looks off. Oh, it is. It's okay. Gonna go there. And there. And then the next one is 2 3/4 by 1 1/2. And this is making 2 cards with 1 piece of basic white with this much left over and a little strip. So now I want to grab what color card base? Let's go with purple, which is Highland Heather. And let's go with Gorgeous Grape on the other one. See if I've got one of those already cut. We'll measure it and see. And a half, almost. 8.5, there's that. And usually, you know that I do tend to try to score it first, but I've got my guillotine cutter sitting right there. So we are just scoring individually. All right, there's my, grab the scoreboard. I love the Simply Scored board. It is wonderful. Oh, I need another card base. 4.25. And let's go with Berry Burst, because it's here. And it kind of coordinates all the way down. And then I need to cut the papers to coordinate with those. Right. So this one needs to have a 3-inch. Two and a half. We're going to do that one. And this one's going to be on this one. You can see how they're kind of stacking up right now. So I need the piece that goes behind that. So it needs to be 3 by 1 3/4. It goes right there. Let me get Berry Burst. Three inches. Actually, I'm going to do it this way. 2.5. And by 1 3/4. And this shows you how you can easily start mass producing. So these are going to go like this. Of course, all laid out and assembled, much prettier. This one is going to be a little bit different. So let me, Gorgeous Grape, where are you? I think I can use you and you. So for the bigger piece, it needs to be 2 3/4. Yep, 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. Perfect. And then the small piece. Inch 3/4. By 3 1/4. Okay, we are ready to stamp. This one is laid out a little different than these two, so we're going to work on these two first. Triple time stamping is fun. It is one of my favorite card layouts. This one is with a little twist. So we're going to do the twisty twist first. Go there. And I'm going to use, I think that says, oh, I'm going to use the big hello on this Celebration set. So celebrate for this set, I believe if you place an order of $50, you can get that set for free. And that is always fun. Grab a block to put it on. It needs to be a little bigger. So there's our hello. And I'm going to use the painted lavender, and I'm going to use this one and the butterflies. And we're going to start with our berry burst. Whoops, that's loud. Sorry. Grab the bigger block. I don't know why my hand keeps going towards that small block, but it did. Fits on there great. And this one. We're good. All right, so we're going to use some berry burst, and we are going to use bubble bath. I think that'll make it pretty. For this card, for triple stamping, you need to put a little bit of adhesive on the back side of your card. Make it tacky so that it will come apart easy. You don't want it to stick permanently. And it looks like I had some on my thumb. This one, when we get done, is going to lay right here. And I need to stamp the sentiment on that one first. So berry burst, where are you? And bubble bath. Those will complement each other very well. So let's go ahead and stamp hello. And I'll go ahead and leave that open because we're going to use it in just a second. And I've moved my silicone mat. And again, make it tacky so that it will come off easy because you don't want it to rip your cardstock. It takes quite a bit to do that, but still. All right, lay that there. I'm going to grab my paper piercing mat, and you can tell I've been doing this with other colors. So, because I want to stamp off so that it's not as dark. The pretty flowers. And lay this off to the side so that it's not clanking. Tap, tap, tap. I'm putting it on, usually, if you've watched a couple of weeks this month, you know that when I use the photopolymers directly on the glass mat, it works very well. However, there's 3 little layers right here, and I want to make sure that it gets good. So I am stamping on the paper piercing mat. And I was going to stamp off, but I think this color will be fine, dark. There. I'm going to make it kind of hang down, kind of like that. And one over here. Then, oops, get some more ink on it. Right up the middle. Pretty. And then I'll set that to the side. Get our bubble bath. That is done. Let's close the berry burst and set it on the table behind us. Here's our leaves. You can do whatever color combination strikes your fancy. Hi, Michelle. I figured I would do this card again with different colors and a different little layout and see. Well, I made one last night and then I thought I'm going to do it again for my live. So there is that. And while we're stamping, I'm just going to lay this to the side, put my bubble bath away, clean my ink pad or my stamps off, and do these. Oh, we got a stamp hello. Let's clean the stamp pad or stamps. It's okay to go from light to dark on your stamp pads. You do not ever want to go dark to light, because then your stamps, where your stamp pads would have this funky little mixture of color. That is Highland Heather. And we're going to use Fresh Freesia. Hello. Yep, that's light enough. All right, let's stick it together. Again, make it tacky so that it'll come apart easy, but still stable enough to hold it while you're stamping. If you don't feel like it's good enough, you can always tap it on your jeans or clothing, and that'll get a little lint on there, and it will help it break its seal. I love this layout too, and since I started doing it again, it's like I just got to do some more. That will be covered up, I promise. Eyelash. And that is why we do it on a paper piercing mat. Let's do this. Move the adhesive because that's what was keeping it clunky right there. And every time I do this technique, my cards turn out differently because I stamp them differently. But this one, I'm still going to come down from the top like somebody's holding the flower bouquet upside down. And I think that's enough on that one. So close up Highland Heather. If you have trouble opening your ink pads, let me show you. If you put your, well, I start to say 2 dots. Here's where it opens. So if you hold it in your hand like this and press, this end pops open. And then you just get it and flip it and push. And then we're going to add some pretty leaf structures. As little or as much as you want. Remember, you can always add to, you can't take away. And using 2 different colors adds a little more something to it. I'll show you one that I did all a solid color. All right, we're done with that one. Lay it right there. And now let's do Gorgeous Grape. And this one is laid out differently. And because it is all, that's not how I want it. Let's go ahead and stamp it while it's over there. All right, gonna stamp it with Gorgeous Grape. I had it. Nope, I didn't. I'm going to do Gorgeous Grape and Fresh Freesia. And my ink, my stamps off again. So tonight we're making 3 hello cards. I've got some that I need to mail, so this will help get that stash ready. All right, Gorgeous Grape. Hello. That's dark. And I'm going to put that right here in the middle. And for this set of flowers, I will stamp off because I don't want it that dark. And what I mean by stamping off is stamping on my grid paper and then on my project. See the color difference? Let me stamp in a place that doesn't have color on the back of it. So stamp off and then stamp on your project. Off and on your project. Off and on your project. Instead of twisting my hand, I'm twisting the paper around so that it doesn't hurt my hand. There we go. And now let's get Fresh Freesia for our leaves. If you happen to choose to make these cards, please share them in the group. I love to see what everybody's doing. That's a light color. I'm just going to go ahead and stamp it directly onto our project. Put some color right there. Let those leaves overlap. That corner looks void. I think we can't have any holes, right? And then let's assemble. So for this one, I cut the Gorgeous Grape pieces. So what I'm going to do is twist. And then I'm going to put adhesive on the back of that. This time I do want it to stick. So as much or as little adhesive as you want to use. There's the top layer. Twist. I'm going to turn it over so I know this is still my top. And find my silicone mat. So I quit getting it on my fingers. Oh yes, I love this technique. And this one has a little twist. Nope, this one's like I have always traditionally done it. And then I saw one that we're gonna do, and I ran out of adhesive. All right, to change your adhesive, you pop your case apart, toss that one in the recycling, grab you a refill. That's Seal Plus. Hang on. They come in packets like this. I promise you don't get to see this every week, but it feels like you do. Oh, you're from Central Florida. I hope you guys have warmer weather right now. And send some of it north, please. I think it's supposed to start raining here for us so that it'll melt some more of the snow and ice. It did get a little warm today to be able to do some of that, but I'm still not driving till this weekend. And then you pull it out of that little bag. See those little spokes? It's got holes on this side. Pop it right on there. It goes in, and then put your top piece on. And then it will roll very nicely. And then let's stick into the glass. That goes right there. I'm going to turn this one upside down, put some adhesive on it. It goes right here. And it covers up where you feel like you didn't get enough. Oh, it needs to come over a little bit. Right there. And then I'm going to lay that there and put this on the card base. That way it's not all lumpy bumpy when I try to put adhesive on the back of it. I need to fold my card. This is 5.5 by 8.5. Looks all blotchy and splotchy, but it'll be pretty when we get done. Now let's put some adhesive on here. Come on, roll. I'm going to lay that one to the side while we assemble the other ones, and then we'll get some bling. I love using the brushed brass butterflies, especially for like a more floral technique or a set of stamps. I feel like that's got some adhesive right there. Just a second. That peeled it right off. And then I don't want the card bases wet, so I'm going to pull these off. What I do is I lifted that up and twist. I'm going to lay these on the silicone mat because it does not hold adhesive, like it'll peel right off and it doesn't leave, won't get it on your project. And I know I just twisted that all around and I probably have all of us confused as to which side's up. Nope, I'm good. And if you have done your cuts right, if you get this corner and this side pretty much equal, the other two sides will work out just fine. So there's that. Gonna get this. I put it on there upside down. I just put it on there upside down. I wasn't looking at the whole thing. Surgery. All right. Add a little more adhesive on the back. You can see where the void is, and that's what made me realize it's upside down. All right, now let's try this again. Opportunities to embellish, except for when it's upside down. Then you might have to start over and cut you a whole new card base. I'm using the painted lavender from the new mini catalog. And the hello is from Heartfelt Hello's Celebration set. And I will take this one off and put some adhesive on the back of it to put it on this piece. And I'll be very careful this time to make sure it's not upside down. Come on. It goes right here, and you can see that rectangle. Just kind of line up your flowers and your stems a little bit. Eyeballing is good. And then flip this hello upside down. You're very welcome. I love the painted lavender. And obviously, I'll show you some other samples too, but you can whatever color. I mean, you don't have to just use lavender. Line up those. See how the different layouts are? Isn't that cute? Trying to cover up that glare. All right, now let's do the Highland Heather. Let's see if we can do this one without causing a ruckus. Thank you, Becky. I think they're pretty too. Again, it's one of my favorite card layouts. So again, just push it down and twist, and that breaks that seal. All right, leave it laying one direction. That way you'll know that this is the top. Yes, I talk to myself when I am doing this so that I don't have a goof like I just did. Obviously, it didn't work too well, did it? And I have a friend who loves using the combo wet glue, and then you could have just slid it. Well, not all the way around, but if you don't get it right where you want it, you can just slide it into place. So twist, and that breaks that seal. All right, adhesive on the back. All right. By now, most of you know that if you place a $30 order, you'll get the card stock to do the kit or to do the cards. If you happen to place a $50 order, I will throw in some bling. And now is a great time to also place that $50 order so you can get a celebration item. If your wish list is a little longer than just $50, and you want this glass mat, we would be happy to welcome you to the Homegrown Stampers team. And then once you place your first order, which is the starter kit, $99, get $125 for free. Not free. You get $125 worth of product. And you can choose the glass mat. If you don't want the glass mat, you can choose another $30 worth of product. This goes over this way a little bit. Lining up this twig. And then you'll be part of the Homegrown Stampers. And we would love to have you as part of us. All right, here are our brushed brass butterflies. So let's bring all three cards into view. And let's give them some butterflies. Take your pick tool. These had a rough go in the shipping process, so never mind how bad it looks. There's one. They still work. Put a big one right there. And if you don't think that the adhesive is good enough on them, you can always add a little dot of glue behind them. And let's add another butterfly. There. That one's got 3. 1, 2, 3. Slide down. Let's get some butterflies on this one. 1. I always do it in odd numbers because that's the way your eye just naturally is drawn. And there we have it. All right. Oh, let's slide it down a little bit so they're all in view. Remove the silicone. Which layout do you like better? All of the rectangles or the rectangles turn funky or twisted? I'll give you a chance to respond. And thank you. I think they're very cute too. And adding that extra little pop of color so it's not all just monochromatic. Oh, I was going to show you. Here's one in just Pretty Peacock, stamped off, of course. And then I stamped on the inside, so I didn't have any naked insides. These I will do after. Let me show you some of the cards that used that paper. Well, wrong bucket. And you think I'd have a card problem, right? I make a lot of cards. I send a lot of cards. So here's some of the paper that goes with that suite. Oh, and here's a different, it's this layout, but I added a butterfly and put Wink Estelle on her wings. That's very pretty. I do too. And then this one was in a card class. We stamped and used the designer series paper. This was a sketch challenge. Speaking of, I need to get another one posted for us in our group and get it made. That is the, what is that punch called? Modern Oval Punch. And this piece of basic white, it's like a 1-inch strip or 1.5. And I just stuck it in there so that the ends would line up. Very basic, but yet very pretty. Here's another twist. Similar layout. I just cut this piece of basic white off right here and turned it sideways. Another one. That same layout with different designer series paper. Another one with the designer series paper. Different cardstock for the background. So pretty. This one I embossed the front of the card and used the designer series paper as the focal point on this deckled rectangles dies. And here is another card sketch. All right. Thank you for watching tonight. Let me stop my screen share. And remind you that if you purchase $30, I will send you the material to make those. I'll have it cut. No stamped images because that is Stampin' Up's policy. You need to use the host code, which has been laying on the desk, but I will post that in there. Thank you so much for watching. If you decide you want to be a homegrown stamper and shop with a discount, I would be happy to help you get that set up. And remember the next couple of projects that are coming, our classes. Bye for now. Do something fun for yourself. If you're in the VIP group, you are welcome to post pictures of your card projects. And if you want to be a member of that group, just let me know. I will talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.